Welcome to the Creative Masterminds podcast.
You know how we do what we create more and destroy less.
You know who you got in the house. You have Sean Breeze in the house, and you also have
Cass Thrive. What's good, y'all?
On this episode, on this very special episode, we are going to cover Kobe's legacy, all the great things that he has taught us, and also we are going to cover how to turn tragedy into triumph, or how to be triumphant whenever a tragedy occurs in your life. And you know how we usually do. We start with a weekend review where we talk about what we done during our week. So, Cass, go ahead and tell people what you got done this week.
Your boy is 37.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Happy birthday. Happy G-Day. Let's go.
Yeah, my birthday was yesterday, the 28th. So over the weekend, we actually went out of town to celebrate my homeboy Ernest's wedding with his lovely wife.
Congrats.
Nancy. It was awesome. We went to North Lake Tahoe in Reno, and it was a great experience. Never been out there, so it was awesome to experience and see, a part of the United States, that we've never seen before, a part of America I've never been. It was nice mountains. It was similar to Colorado, but a little bit different, and it was a great journey to travel with my wife, just us alone. We love the kids, but we needed some time to ourselves.
Okay. So the kids stayed at home. Okay.
They stayed at home.
Okay.
So,
Shout
out to Grammy and Auntie for taking care of them.
Yeah.
We came home, everything was in one piece. So,
okay. Yeah, you're like, okay, you guys alive? Good. You know what I'm saying? I feel you on that one.
So, yeah, that was pretty much it. I also did we got the track Get the Bag. It's myself, Sean Breeze, and JJ3K. I'm gonna probably drop that next week. But I dropped a track called The Breath of Praise that I put together last week and mixed it on the airplane, a lot of it, and so I put that out on Instagram and Facebook. So
I saw that, and I will be biting the way that you put out music. I will put out this track I recently did, and I guess you can say in memory of Kobe Bryant, but it was definitely inspired by the energy that I was feeling in regards to Kobe Bryant passing, and so my bad. Are you done with your week?
Oh yeah, I'm done.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty much, man. Yeah, drop that track.
Okay. I worked on a track as well. It's called tentatively. It's called Kobe 824 and then Black Mamba, something like that. And so it's like it's a track where it's like 3 different beat switches. I'm like really on that. I'm like doing like an extreme version of Timbaland. Timbaland had the beat switches. Like that's all I've been doing like recently. I've been having fun with that. Like I'm enjoying making music without any type of rules. Like there's no. I'm not trying to say like it's supposed to be like this rap or trap or anything like that. I'm just like making like dope music or music that I'm feeling myself. And so I did a track on Sunday. I started a track. I did like a freestyle over this I think like these violins and the guitar sample, and then I had the click track going, and so I rapped to that, and then I ended up adding a additional part to it on Monday night, and then like these past 2 days, what's today, Wednesday? Yeah, last night really, yesterday really, I worked on like really making it a song, like making these verses and turning it into like a something that sounds like cohesive and well put together, and so I'm very proud of it. I finished it, or at least the first release draft last night, and I just released it. I like it. I really rock with it. So it's on SoundCloud right now. It's called tentatively. It's called Kobe 8, Kobe 24, and Black Mamba. And so I think if you kind of listen to it, you can kind of feel where I'm going with it. So yeah, I've been working on music. Been working with the family. Or just hanging out with the family for sure, loving the family. These past few days have been very interesting because Wifey had to go leave the crib because she usually works from home. She had to go leave the crib to work at some establishments downtown Dallas. And so with that, she took the baby over there to his granny house. We call her Nana. That's what we call her. I'm not sure where the hell she got that name from. I'm like Nana, Anyway, so like Nana and Papa, that's their names. My parents, of Elijah's grandparents, whatever. So anyway, like a good fun time, and so it's just funny you said that. You had Grammy was taking care of your kids, so Nana is like basically she has a self proclaimed daycare now, which is hilarious. So
It's a
yeah.
blessing to have them, man.
Yes, man,
Hey,
man,
yeah.
bruh, such a lifesaver. Oh my god! So I was able, so that really afforded me some time yesterday to really knock out some good stuff. So in regards to music, I've been recording also like inspirational videos on the low. I'm going to like bulk up the videos and then start to release them slowly but surely. And I'm starting to also record myself, like as I mix things or I put together tracks. I recorded myself putting together the track that Kobe Bryant ate. Kobe 824. See, I need to go ahead and change it already. I need to change it to 824 and Black Mamba. That's what I'm gonna change it to. 824 and
Yeah.
Black Mamba. So if you watch my Instagram today, you can see the whole process of me like actually building out the beat and like making changes and making drops here and there. So I'm really having fun with it, man. Just being a student of it. And so
That's
been
what's
doing
important,
that.
man.
Yeah, for sure, man. Like been doing that. Just been focused on doing what I love and just spending time with my family and friends and my loved ones. Of course, when we heard that the unfortunate news on Sunday, we were both thrown off. You said that you were traveling
Yeah.
during the time when you heard it, which of course I'm pretty sure you were like even more like probably like paranoid in regards to the road, like looking around like, hey, what you guys doing? And like I heard it while I was at the crib. I had to sit down for real, like sit down for a minute. Like, damn, Kobe Bean Bryant, Kobe, the Kobe.
Yeah.
Such unbelievable. Just of course, when my friend told me initially, I said the lies you tell. I did not want to believe it. So it threw me off. I ended up still going out that day to link up with a homegirl of mine because she hadn't seen our baby in a minute. So I linked up with her and. But it's still like a very thrown off day. For sure, when we heard the news, it was so random and so unexpected. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people now feel like, that they really understand that your time is not granted. You really believe that like a lot of times you end up mistaking that you had the or you had the thought that you have forever to live or a certain amount of time, at least to like you're 70 or 80 or whatever. But that's not promised. And the sad thing is sad. It's sad because I just recently saw an interview with him with Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson. And they have
Hmm.
a podcast called All Up in Smoke, All in Smoke, whatever, but it's like a basketball podcast. But he was on there recently. I got some good game from him, and it seemed like he was about to turn the corner where he's like start focusing on like WNBA or just working with his daughter and everything. And this happened, and so it really lets you know that you never know when you're going to go, which is actually an opening line that I say in my rap. That you never know when you're going to go, so you have to really take advantage of every day that you have, every moment that you have. I definitely squeeze and hug my people a lot closer and a lot harder. I definitely reach out to people, make sure I express my love for them. Like I said, like love to your family and everybody. For sure, you never know, man, and you got to be very appreciative of the life that you have. I spoke. So how did you? I know you say that you received the news on the road. So how did that affect you your initial impact from that?
Yeah, we just left the hotel, man, and we actually flew in from San Fran and then drove. It was about a 4 hour drive. We got to check out the scenery. Everything was
Yeah,
real nice, and we're going up into the mountains. So you're going up like 5,000 feet, 8,000 feet, or something. I think at the end of it, and so as this is the last day, it's a Sunday. We're leaving
yeah,
to drive back to San Fran because we're flying back from there. And as we're driving, the roads are kind of slick with because it's snowing there, and some areas it was still icy and snow started coming down. But actually, uh, my wife's sister, she texted us and said, or called us and said that he had passed away, and we were like, "What?" I was like, "Nah, no way," And
yeah.
I'm driving, so my wife was looking through her phone and all that. So that was a shock, and it just, and I was kind of uh, hung over a little bit. The wedding was the night
Yeah, yeah,
before,
you
so
got
we was
litty.
celebrating. You
Yeah,
know, had a couple drinks in me on the dance floor, getting it
litty,
in.
litty. Yeah.
So after that,
Mm.
when you talk about the roads, man, it
Yeah.
got to a point we took a back road because it was slowed down, and the way there, you have big up and down, like kind of like hills on the highway. It's real, it's even if it's not snowing or whatever, you have to be very careful. And they told us, like, at first we were going to get a sedan. The rental people said, hey, you need something with 4x4. You can't even go up. They're not going to let you go past a certain point if you don't have 4x4, because the weather and cars get stuck. And so we're driving on the back road, and there's no railing at some point, and this is just after hearing the news, and it's straight drop offs,
yeah,
like like Colorado, where it's straight
yeah.
drop offs on the mountain,
Yikes.
and icy roads. So yeah, I was tripping.
Yikes.
My wife was
Yikes.
like, I knew
Yikes.
you were kind of scared or timid, but I didn't want to say. She taking pictures and stuff, and it's
Yeah.
snowing and it's ice road.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
like,
like,
oh
chill,
man.
woman, chill. Hey, we
Yeah.
about to be in danger. Chill.
I'm like, where are we going? Because the
Yeah.
the navigation went out. Google did, because there's not
Yeah.
that many towers or whatever, of course,
Yeah,
around
wow.
there.
Yep.
So I was like, man, are we even going the right way? So it was kind of rough. It was just, we got back to San Fran. It was a little bit of a
Man.
hold there, and so it was just a rough day of traveling. And that beginning of the day and hearing that news just threw everything off.
Yeah.
So, and just now kind of getting back to things, because then I had jet lag the
Mm-hmm.
last couple of
Mm-hmm.
days, and just
And then,
getting everything back together. So it was just horrible news to
yeah,
hear. And I just wanted to pray for the family and everybody involved,
absolutely.
because I know it impacted a lot of people.
Yeah, it was what, 9 people, and a whole family, like a mother, father, and their daughter, and I think they still had other kids too that weren't on the helicopter, but but they lost their parents and a sibling of theirs, and then you have the pilot, then you have I'm not sure, I can't remember the other people there, but of course you got Kobe Bryant's daughter that was there, which
Yeah.
is crazy. Like, damn, his daughter as well, and so his wife is in some imaginable pain. You can't
Yeah.
imagine what she's going through, what she's feeling at this very moment. And like Cass said, we have to send our prayers and love and condolences to them, and through this time, this hard, difficult time that we only can imagine what she's feeling at this very moment. And I just respect Kobe Bryant so much. The fact that I'm not sure if I said this off air or on there, but this like Kobe Bryant essentially died for the sake of saving time. Like the reason why he started to take helicopters was to save time so he can focus on what he loved, which was basketball, and put in that work in the gym, but also spend time with his family. So this guy was dedicated to doing what he loved, serving his purpose, and really doing that, but also making sure that he intertwined his family and spend that quality family time. And so I had to commend him for sure. He died for that. And so with that, had to show so much respect. And so we can transition to like some things that we picked up from Kobe Bryant. Like for sure, the Mamba mentality. I heard a story about this guy. I think I spoke about this offline, but about this basketball player who was very excited to play Kobe Bryant, and so he went to the Staples Center to get his practice shots in, so he can prepare for Kobe Bryant. So he went to the Staples Center. He saw Kobe Bryant there working, putting in their work, and he knows that Kobe Bryant was really going at full game speed, full game mode the whole time, the whole practice. So the dude went there. He did his thing. He did his practice. I can't remember the guy's name, but he did his thing, and he got done, and he knows that Kobe Bryant was still going. He's still putting in that work at like full game speed. And the dude thought to himself, like, man, there is no possible way that Kobe Bryant will be able to put in that work tonight against us, because he's gonna be too tired, because he's putting in super extreme work. But sure enough, Kobe Bryant sure did bust, put that work on them and demolished them.
Yeah.
And so from that, the guy went up to Kobe Bryant to ask him, what inspired him, what motivated him. And what motivated him was the fact that the dude was there. Like Kobe Bryant and saw that the dude was there, and he wanted to send a clear message that dude would not outwork him. And so that was like how great of a mentality that he had. Like, he knew that he had to put that work in to be the greatest, and he knew that he was great because he would because he was so dedicated to putting so much work into his craft, and to the point where he knew that nobody would outwork him. And so I can't front. I definitely ask God to, like, I believe that whenever people pass on, like people legendary like Kobe Bryant, like a Nipsey Hussle, like I believe that their energy is somewhat up, not up for grasp, but it's like it's in existence. And so I definitely asked the Most High to, like, give me some of that Mamba mentality, so I could focus and, and have that, and make sure that I had that balance with me putting in the work with what I love, which is music, but also making sure that I'm spending that quality time with my family. It definitely made me appreciative that the fact that I didn't focus on getting money the first 6 months of my baby being here. I focused on just spending time with him and the family, and making sure that the family unit was solidified, and it's solidified for whenever I do make this big push to get some financial gains within the household. And it just made me so thankful that I was focused on the right thing, which is family first always. That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
And then I think it's very important, just like a sidebar, for you to really figure out how you can bring your family into your passion, and really, figure out how you can create their world. Like he is fortunate that his daughter had the same amount of interest in basketball, and to the point where his daughter was the one who inspired him to go back to watching basketball games, or him going to, like, the Laker game. Beforehand, he wasn't really inspired. So his daughter that passed away actually inspired him to get really back into basketball, like, and kind of really reignited his passion for it. And so, like, just an overall legendary guy. You can go on and on forever about how great of a person he was, and how much he has affected others. And so, yeah. Anything else you want to add to that, Cass?
Yeah, man. I mean, we all know that the drive that he had, and the effort from what you said. I mean, that even about him practicing at full speed, and
Yeah,
that guy seeing it. That's inspiration to, when even we're practicing, or whenever we're honing our
facts.
skills, we need to do it at 100%. Don't
Mm-hmm.
slack off. Don't You need to push ourselves, because what we do during practice
Mm-hmm.
will at least do that during the game, but even go maybe even higher.
That's true.
So I mean, he was just a great father. We saw that. He took life for what it was, because he also said that a lot of the fans, they would say, you need to have a boy to pass on your
Mm, mm,
your legendary
mm,
status and all that,
mm,
to keep it going. And his daughter would say, don't worry about that. I got that. We don't need no boy.
mm,
So
mm.
he instilled that
That's
in
oof.
her, and he took it for what it was. He didn't have a boy. He had a daughter that was there, and he gave into her his spirit, his knowledge. And man, I think, like, we'll never know, but that
Mm.
she probably would have impacted the
I,
WNBA as she
I,
got
and
older,
that's
like Michael Jordan or like him, but in a way that nobody had ever done
yeah,
it, and set the bar extremely high.
yeah.
Or maybe even cross over and play against dudes or
Hmm.
something. Who knows? Like in the NBA. So I
Absolutely.
mean,
And you're right. It becomes even more tragic when you think about the potential future that his daughter had, and how, and from what I'm hearing, that she essentially had the same mentality as him, or she was growing to have the same mentality as him. And so, like, yeah, what she could have done for the WNBA, potentially changing the face of it, or how it's viewed, it being more respected within the world, because people don't really respect WNBA as they should. Like, pay wise, it's pretty terrible. Like, they get paid, or from what I remember, like a while ago, they were getting paid basically like my starting salary whenever I started at Lockheed Martin 8 years ago, which is crazy. Like, while NBA players getting paid 100, not well, getting paid millions,
right?
multi millions,
They get
right?
them big
Yeah,
contracts.
big, super big contracts. And so, yeah, what his daughter could have done to the game, and yeah, it's very tragic, and very, very sad for sure. I think with that we can definitely transition into, like, how you can turn such tragedies into something that's triumphant, like, like us, seeing what he did during his life, the impact that he made. Yeah, we can go ahead and jump into that. Like, tragedy will happen in your life. Bad things will happen in your life. Terrible things will happen in your life, and there's ways that you can use that as fuel to help propel you and push you forward, so you can become successful in life. One way I did it for sure, like, the tragedy of Kobe Bryant. Like, man, like I said, I witnessed that he didn't take time for granted. He appreciated time. He, to the point where I said, to me, he died for the sake of saving time. Because LA traffic is a beast if you ever been there. That LA traffic is something else that is a three-headed monster, more than that. And he took the helicopter to save time so he can go to the basketball game or take his daughter to the basketball game, which is another commendable thing. Like, this dude was dying being a solid father, a great father. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, but yeah, I lost my train. I lost my train of thought there. But yeah, Kaz, yeah, go ahead and speak to, like, turning tragedy into triumph.
Yeah, I mean, first off, those are the closest. In that type of situation, you're gonna need time to recuperate. Mourn, and to get centered within. That's a
Yep.
very hard thing to deal with. But with tragedy, I mean, in life, there's ups and downs. That's what it's about. It's a revolving, scenarios, situations that we go through. So there's gonna be ups and downs. We got to be solid. Just think about what he would do if if he was still here and he went through a tough loss. Yeah, it would be a down time to, basically build ourselves back up to go even stronger. We come back even stronger
Mm-hmm.
to pass on that same grit, that same bite, that same strength, and hopefully, somebody else can be inspired by that. And I know others will be. It's so many others that, that felt his impact and were hurt by that. And it's all about now, going through that process of mourning and then coming back even stronger
Mm-hmm.
to set the bar even higher, to reach even higher for our goals,
Mm-hmm.
to think about how he would handle situations in that manner and really bring out the best in us. Like, Gordon Hayward, some people were saying that the game where Kobe dropped 60, his last game, that he did something on the foul line
Oh, I heard about that.
to give Kobe another chance. If he would have missed it, he made the free throw, and he responded. He was like, "Man, I wouldn't. There's no way that I would try to give Kobe anything. He wouldn't allow it. He would look at me as less of a man if I gave him something because he doesn't want anything given to
Yeah.
him." And he said, "I tried to play the best that I could against him so he would respect me." So that's about like
Mm.
us pushing ourselves to our best. We go through something tough. We've survived it. We're still here. We still have a mission. We still got a purpose that we need to fulfill, and use that as fuel, as inspiration. Use that to, you know, gather all of that strength, all of that with that heart
Mm-hmm.
within us
Mm-hmm.
to take it to the next level. And then that can be passed, that should be passed on. We want to pass that on to others. Us
Mm-hmm.
reaching our height,
True.
somebody else
True.
seeing that and then making them reach their height.
True.
If we keep doing that, there's
Mm.
no limit. And, all the negative, the bad things in life will be, surpassed, superseded by that. And that's, I'm teaching my sons, like, how to differentiate if somebody's doing bad or somebody's good. Notice this person that's doing bad and the things that they're doing, and you stay away from them.
Mm-hmm.
You come from
Mm-hmm.
doing good and positive things. That's what you want to do. You want to keep,
Mm.
helping others and
Mm-hmm.
all that, because he had a situation at school where he said a word, keep. He said cape, and the kids started laughing at him or whatever, and he started crying like he was hurt by that. And this is just recently, but this is after him getting an A honor roll. This is after him being the student of the class because he helps. The teacher calls on him to help others and all that. And I said, I had to teach him, like, hey, you recognize the good and bad. People are gonna do bad things and all that. That's fine, but you stay solid. You come from God. People are gonna have their opinions. You know that you're strong. You're a champion. People can say whatever they want. I was like, it's probably some of the people that you have helped that did that, and they see that you have the favor of the teacher, that you do well. So, yeah, they laughed because they're used to you and seeing you
Mm.
do good things and do great things.
Mm.
And that's going to happen, but you can't let that bring you down. You
Mm.
stand strong. You don't cry. You don't let that enter here.
Mm.
They're doing that out there. That's fine, but you stand strong and you keep doing right. People are doing bad things or wrong. You can recognize that and you stay away from it and you keep, blessing others, helping and achieving greatness. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So, that was a mouthful, but that
No.
I think that all ties into having that mentality of, being the best that you can. People are gonna hate. There's many people that hate on Kobe that don't like him, and comparisons and all these type of things. But you got to give it up, man, to his work ethic, his tenacity to achieve what he wanted to achieve. Like he, what other player do you know before they came in the league? He was drafted by Charlotte, the Hornets. He said, "I'm not gonna play if I got to go to them." And he went and he got what he wanted. He had that so much that he went to the Lakers, a team that he wanted to play for. I've always dreamed about playing for the Lakers. This and that.
Yes.
How you go? How is a what
Yeah. Yeah.
what any league, professional league? Do you know where the player says, "I'm not gonna do this. I just won't play. It ain't happening." And then, all right, we'll trade you to the Lakers then for this and that or whatever.
You see,
That shows right there from the beginning.
that's the dope thing about Kobe. Like he knew what he wanted, and he went out there and he got it. For some reason, it made me want to think about the the story that I heard recently about like it's like a sidebar. Maybe some people can get something from this, but maybe this kind of shows like just how fearless Kobe Bryant was. I heard a story recently about him going to a club like this, like his younger years. He was like with this music exec called his name is Steve Stout. I'm pretty sure you heard about him in like different music, different rap bars. But so he was like at the club with Steve Stout, and so at the club, of course, you may have some individuals from the hood, and they may do some things to like kind of pull rank, like buy all the bottles within the club, and then force people to go to them to purchase bottles, and so that's what happened. And Kobe kind of felt the way about it, and so he kind of like started talking really loud. Anyway, there was like some type of confrontation that was going on between him and the guy, like light confrontation, not like direct. And so, but it escalated to the point where they went outside, and the dude had a thing on him, like the pistol or whatever. But still, Kobe was like still fearless in regards to that. So I'm not sure why I'm sharing that story, but it was like a very interesting story to hear about. Like, oh man, Kobe like was a really a real fearless guy who didn't really who didn't really take crap, and he knew what he wanted. Like for instance, like he knew that he wanted the NBA. Straight out of high school, the fact that he was able to accomplish. Oh, this is probably one of the dopest things too, like to really show like how mentally tough this guy was. So I'm going to just more so paint the scenario. So this guy was a teen. It's like you just told the story about him being traded to the Lakers, right? But this guy was a teen, and he really grew up through his 20s in L.A. and didn't go crazy. How crazy is that? L.A. who have made plenty of people. Yeah, then where's Lindsay Lohan or all these other different little child stars who go crazy? Orlando Brown up here, Orlando Brown wild now because of LA and everything, saying Nick Cannon did some things. You know what I'm saying? But all these people went crazy going to LA, but this dude was able to have so much focus to be a kid still in LA and be in that environment and still put in that work and still become a champion. That tells you a lot because LA is a beast. There's so many things you can get into in LA, and for this guy to maintain focus within LA the whole time and not really hear like crazy stories about stuff going on in LA. And also, I got reminded today that he dated Moesha, Brandy. That's another highlight for him. But yeah, it's just crazy. So like, they kind of really show you like just how focused this guy was. So, but let me go back to like turning tragedy into triumph. Let me get back to the latter part of the subject. And so yeah, with that, man, when tragedy to me when tragedy occurs, just like when Nipsey died, like I just looked at what they were trying to accomplish and what they were trying to do, and use that as a source of inspiration because they unfortunately aren't able to continue that to finish that what they were trying to do. But I do have the breath in my life to finish what I'm trying to do in my life and accomplish what I need to accomplish in my life. And so from them, I really don't. From them, I just take it that, of course, like you can't take life for granted. You never know where you're going to go, and that every minute, every second is precious, and you need to really honor that and really hold that dear to your heart. Because yeah, man, you gotta make every second count. Also made me think about it also made me think about legacy in general, just ensuring that I'm creating things that's gonna really stand the test of time and that's really gonna benefit not only me but also my family and hopefully others within the world too. Like the fact that Kobe Bryant left the greatest gift, which was to show what a strong mind can do, what a solid mentality can accomplish. Like I said, like his mentality allowed him to be successful not only in basketball, but also he won an Oscar a year, I think within the year after he retired from basketball, if I'm not mistaken. So, and that I will attribute that more to mentality and the mindset. He just had a winner mentality and winner mindset. And so yeah, whenever I see tragic events occur, I kind of really think about like the people's life and what they wanted to do, and I get inspired by that, and then I try to make sure that I align myself to accomplish what I need to accomplish in my life and ensure that I have a solid legacy whenever I leave, for sure.
Most definitely.
Yep, yep.
And yeah, for the whole thing I got from him though, and the is that when it's all said, true leaders inspire and create new leaders,
True.
and that's what he all of those seeds that he planted by the experiences that he had with all these different people, it'll sprout and create a leader within them.
Mm-hmm.
So true leaders inspire and create new leaders. So
Absolutely, man. And with that said, I don't think there's a better way to end the episode with that. So yeah, fire episode. Much love
yeah,
to
yeah,
Kobe Bryant and his family and everybody else who has been affected by the tragedy. And so it's all love from the Creative Masterminds for sure. So, Cass, go
yeah,
ahead and
yeah.
give out your socials where people can find you. So they can get some boxing lessons. Also, I need to ask you a question. Maybe I can ask you right now. Maybe you can get a free plug. Like, what's some good solid boxing gloves? Like, somebody hit me up to and ask me to get some boxing gloves. So, I'm gonna give a free plug.
Yeah, the title for
Title.
sure. Yeah, starting out with them or the Everlast. Just get you some good solid ones, and then
Gotcha.
you have a higher price ones that go up. The USA, the boxing team, they have some pretty good ones,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah. So just start out getting some good ones, good cushions,
All
some
right.
wraps for your hands,
Gotcha.
and yeah, title, USA Boxing, and also Everlast has some pretty good ones.
Cool, cool, cool. Appreciate that. Yes, I'm gonna get some. I'm gonna get some really soon. So I'm gonna get some gloves and start getting my technique up. And I'm gonna definitely be reaching out to you soon. So make sure you guys hit up Cash Thrive for some boxing lessons or personal training lessons in general. I'm not giving you a plug already. I'm doing your thing for you.
Appreciate
Go ahead,
that.
go
Yeah,
ahead, go
yeah.
ahead, do your thing, man. My bad.
Yeah, no, appreciate it, man. Hey,
Yeah.
holler at your boy.
Yeah.
And so on Instagram, CAS_THRIVE, and also the Boxing Bell. And that will be the same on Facebook. And yeah, Sean Bree, let them know.
For sure. For me, you can find me SeanBreeze.com at Sean Breeze on Instagram, The Creative Masterminds, of course.com. BreezeLikeMedia.com. So you can find me on those platforms: Facebook, OG Sean Breeze, Twitter, OG Sean Breeze. Yes, I will be active. I know I keep saying it, but I'm on the groundwork. I posted like a few videos this week, and so I'm trying to increase my output content wise. You will be seeing more content or more clips from us, the Creative Masterminds. I'm working on cranking those things out. And yeah, man. Yeah. So that's where you can find me, and that's what I'm working on at this very moment. Also, SoundCloud too. Sean Breeze, check me out on there as well. You can check out the latest track that was inspired by Kobe, the Bean, the greatest, the Black Mamba, Bryant for sure. So with
Word
that,
up.
so yeah. With that said, you have anything else you want to add to it?
Nah,
Anything?
man,
Okay.
that's so y'all be inspired out there, man. Go get it.
Mm-hmm.
Go take hold of your dreams.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Absolutely. And this has been the Creative Masterminds Podcast, Fire Podcast. Thank you guys for tuning in. We really do appreciate it. And we are out. Peace.
Peace.